Fist Fight. That's an appropriate title for this film. Because I personally felt like this movie fisted me up the fucking ass. Because it's so fucking shit. It's unfunny. It's boring. It's lame. It's lazy. It's uninspired. It represents everything that has made the comedy genre as of late fucked up and shit. I haven't been this pissed off at a film in a while. I just thought this film, I thought this film was going to be bad, but I didn't think this film was going to be this bad. So bad that I want to punch it in the fucking face. I want to grab it and I want to just beat the fuck out of it. Use it like a fucking punching bag. It's precisely what I'm going to do. So sit back, relax. I'm so fucking fired up, I can't even talk. Sit back, relax, get ready. Because I'm going to tear this movie's fucking head off. I'm going to bowl with the motherfucker. And then I'm going to shit down its fucking neck. And then I'm going to take what's left over and I'm going to cut it up into fucking pieces. I'm going to put it in an oil drum and I'm going to drop it in the fucking ocean. This movie is about to get fucking foobarred. Hard. Fist Fight is a 2017 comedy, and I use that term very loosely because there isn't a single fucking thing funny about this movie. The only time I've laughed was because I was cringing so hard during one scene. That's not humor. That's because it was cringe-inducing. The film is directed by Richie, who I'm not very keen on because his direction sucked. The only thing that was decent was maybe his direction during the fight, but didn't save the film, and it wasn't anything that really made me go, wow, that was amazing. It features a screenplay by Van Robichaux and Evan Susser, and they both need to go to detention, and they need to go back to writing school. Or they need to learn how to write fucking comedy, because they have the same problem that a lot of these comedies have had lately. They think just crass equals hilarious. Oh, if we're as awkward and random and crass as possible, then that equals comedy. You know, there's more to comedy than just dicks and titties and cum and drugs and foul language. There's more to comedy than that. And I know, I'm talking about that in a video that's probably going to have hundreds of swear words in it. But, you know, this movie pissed me off. See, I put the gloves on for this movie. So, yeah, it represents all of that lazy shit that I'm sick and tired of seeing. Like, why in 2017 do we still have this fucking movie, this type of comedy, this type of crass, lazy, bullshit comedy in theaters? These type of comedies didn't do very well last year. They didn't do very well the year before. It's like The Hangover came out, and since then, so many of these other movies have been trying to do the same exact thing over and over and over again, and tried and tried and tried, and have failed repeatedly. But these studios keep greenlighting these scripts that are clearly written by a bunch of brain-dead fucking monkeys or by a bunch of people who are high as fucking balls. Type of shit where if you're high on pot, the whole scene where a horse is on meth is hilarious. Like, what if the horse was on meth, man? The horse is on meth, dude. Man, that's so fucking funny. And then when you're sober, when you're not high, or when you're not drunk off your fucking ass, you see the film and you watch these supposedly hilarious scenes and you're like, that isn't fucking funny, man. Exactly. Stop writing these type of scripts. Stop doing this shit. But while I'm on the topic of stop doing certain things, hey Hollywood, stop casting fucking Ice Cube in your films. He can't fucking act. I'd really appreciate that. A lot. Because Ice Cube is in this, And, this film has another thing in common with Ride Along and Ride Along 2. They all star fucking Ice Cube. So Ice Cube is in this as Mr. Ron Strickland, who is a history teacher in this high school from hell. And first off, there's only one Strickland, and it's James Tolkan from Back to the Future. You're all a bunch of fucking slackers. Every one of you. Every single person involved with the production of this film are a bunch of slackers. Charlie Day, he's in this as well as Mr. Andy Campbell. He's an English teacher. He's a pussy. He's a panty waste. That's his character. Charlie Day does a fine job performance-wise, but his character is not very well written because he's not very likable. That's another problem. You have this type of movie where you're going to lead to a fight and there's no one to root for. You just want them both to knock each other the fuck out and get sent to the hospital because both of them are assholes. Tracy Morgan is also in this, which is also not a good sign because most of the films that he is in suck. He plays a incompetent gym coach, and that's all his shtick is. He's just a dumbass. Jillian Bell plays Counselor Holly, and she's a counselor, a guidance counselor that needs counseling because she's into drugs and she wants to bang students. That's about as far as it goes with her character. She's unlikable. She's an asshole. She's a fucking bitch. Christina Hendricks plays Miss Monet, who is a drama teacher who is insane in the membrane. Dean Norris plays Principal Richard Tyler, who's a fucking prick. He's a giant prick. Kamal Nanjiani plays Officer Mihar, who's a security guard who doesn't want to do any security guarding. Dennis Haysbert plays a superintendent. And I'm like, why are you in this film? Like, of all things, why are you in this, Dennis Haysbert? I know you can do better than this. JoAnna Garcia plays Maggie, Mr. Andy Campbell's wife, who was pregnant with a second child. Kim Whiteley plays a 911 operator who laughs at Charlie Day when he calls 911 and asks them to help him prevent an assault from happening from Ice Cube's character. And you saw that in the trailer. It's like, oh, they're all laughing. Now go and take that ass whooping. And I'm like, be a man and go take that ass whooping. I'm like, what does this have to do with being a man? It's fucking assault. If this is any other situation, if this wasn't at school and somebody called from their home and they said on 911, they said, this guy, he's threatening to hit me. He's threatening to beat the shit out of me. He's threatening to kill me later. I just want to let you know because I'm afraid for my life. And a lot of the 911 operators would be like, okay, all right, sir, what's his name? Da 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 da. But no, because it's a school and it's teachers, it's, go take that ass whooping. That just honestly makes the 911, that makes 911 look really bad. This makes teachers look bad too, because I understand the whole message this film is trying to get across. It's trying to get the message across that the school system is so fucked up that a teacher fight is necessary in order to get people higher up to realize how bad things are. All right, I get that. The problem is, things are so bad at this school that it's unrealistic. Also, there's no way that this school would have actually been able to function the way that you see in this film. It probably would have been shut down because it's unsafe. Second, these teachers all suck. They're all shitty at their jobs because the film never really shows you them doing their jobs or doing them well, especially Ice Cube. And then you also have these teachers who are fucking psychopaths. So, tell me again, like how I'm supposed to be like, yay! I hope things work out for this fucking school of fucking psychopaths and delinquents. But yeah, I mean, really, I mean it's trying to put this message across of the but it does it in a way that's so fucking half-assed and mixed. It delivers mixed messages. And speaking of a message, speaking of awareness, You know what I'm willing to do? I'm willing to spread awareness myself. I'm willing to get into a fight with Ice Cube in order to spread awareness on how shitty of a fucking actor he is, and how Hollywood should stop casting him in films, and how Hollywood should stop making movies like Fist Fight. Hashtag Ice Cube fight. I'll do it. So anyway, fuck this movie, man. So the plot is essentially 3 O'Clock High. So that's another thing that pisses me off. This film rips off 3 O'Clock High, which is a much better film. 3 O'Clock High kicks this movie's ass. And this movie gives no credit to the writers of 3 O'Clock High. There's nothing in the credits that gives them credit. There's even a line of dialogue in the film where Ice Cube says, "Meet me at 3 o'clock after school." I'm like 3 O'Clock High? There's even a scene where instead of trying to get another student to beat up the other student, he tries to get a prisoner while they're in jail to beat up Ice Cube. I'm like, same shit. It's the same kind of story where you have some fucking guy who's a pussy, who's a panty waste, who needs to learn how to stand up for himself, and he learns how to do that by getting in a fight. Manning up and fighting. It's like, why? Why was this film made? This was done better at 3 O'Clock High. Years ago. And it was already done. And it's been done before in other movies too, like Joe Somebody, Big Bully with Rick Moranis and Tom Arnold, which is actually a lot better than this. And those films actually had heart to them. This is just heartless. So you have this high school from hell, Roosevelt High. These students they're on their last day of school, and they're doing all these student pranks. It's the senior prank day. And the pranks are so elaborate, so over the top, that it's just unbelievable. This is like something straight out of a fantasy film. It's like they got canisters of paint that are set up to tripwires. They got horses that are high on meth. They got two students who are going around with a lawnmower, mowing a giant dick into the lawn, and then putting cum that shoots out of the top with the line paint, and then mowing titties. And I'm like, first off, that's not fucking funny in the slightest. Enough of that shit. Enough of this lazy shit. Oh, my fucking cock and titties and cum. Ha ha ha. It's not a fucking joke. It's not an instant laugh. It's not an instant humor. It's not instant humor. I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of these lazy fucking movies where they think, oh, we could have some dick and pussy or balls or titties or cum or drugs or swearing jokes, and then that's the jokes. You have to have a fucking setup. Stop with these lazy fucking bullshit where there's no setup for these punchlines. They're just punchlines that put you in the fucking face and knock your teeth out. Punch them down your fucking throat, and then you shit them out your fucking ass later. As you can see, I'm stressed. I'm irritated. I'm pissed. Sick of this fucking shit. So Andy, he's the school's English teacher. He's awaiting the birth of his second child with his wife Maggie. And along with his other fellow faculty members, they're trying to survive this day of chaos. The only person who's willing to put their foot down and put some boots to asses is Ice Cube's character. And there's also the whole sort of rumors that the departments are going to be downsized by the principal. So there are teachers who are getting fired. They're having to deal with these students who are being unruly and being just absolutely insane with their pranks, which doesn't make any sense, for one, because the film portrays these students as fucking mongoloids, but I'm supposed to believe that they're going to be able to create these elaborate traps and these elaborate pranks. Yeah, fucking right. And so Strickland, after he helps out Charlie Day's character, he helps out Campbell from getting caught in a paint trap. He asks for his assistance on an outdated AV system, which is a VCR and a TV, because it'll go on and then it'll shut off. And so he asks him for some help. And Strickland is all upset because he asked the administration for new equipment, but they turned him down. So they only gave him a VCR and a bootleg tape of the Civil War documentary. So he wants to set up the Civil War documentary so his students can watch it in class. And Charlie Day's all trying to weasel out of it, trying to be like, hey, just give him a free day. The rest of the day off. It's school, a free period. It's the last day of school. And he's like, no free periods. And this character that Ice Cube plays, Mr. Strickland, he's a fucking psychopath. Okay, so here's the problem. I'm supposed to sympathize with this plight about the school system and how fucked up it is. But then this guy's fucked in the head, so then it defeats the fucking purpose. Because this is what happens. The movie goes off the rails from this moment onward. Well, I went off the rails from the beginning because they trying to have jokes like, Ice Cube can't figure out how this coffee machine works. And so he tries to get the help from Charlie Day, and he gets the coffee for him, and Ice Cube is like, oh, this tastes like shit. And then Charlie Day goes in, well, that was awkward. Yeah. Since when is that type of joke, that line, ever slayed anybody? I mean, slayed and made people laugh so hard they fell over. Because slayed is right. It feels like they got their throat fucking slit every single time they see and hear that stupid fucking joke, which isn't funny, ever. Oh, that was awkward. Ha ha ha! And that's a lot of this in this movie. There's a lot of these jokes. It's just trying to be awkward. And this awkward is supposed to be funny. But it isn't. It's just awkward and cringe-inducing. There's this student with stringy long hair who's a nerd who's wanking off. He's jerking off in the fucking bathroom. And there's a repeated gag of this going back to this guy for some reason. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, he's masturbating. Ha ha! What is so funny about that? He's just masturbating. He's just jerking the chicken. He's choking the chicken. What the fuck is so funny about it? He's spanking the monkey. I get it. Is that it? I'm sorry. Masturbation by itself does not equal hilarious. And God. So Ice Cube, he's also not a very good teacher. Because, I'm just going to show a video in class, or he just doesn't know how to operate with his students. All he knows how to do is terrify them. But that's it. That's all we see, is that he's good at terrifying them. Okay, good. So he's good at discipline, but he does it in a way that's fucking psycho. He's a fucking psychopath. So, and what do I mean? Well, the problem why the TV kept turning off is because some asshole student was using his cell phone to turn off the TV with an app on the cell phone. First off, does that even exist? Are there even apps that do that? Because if I remember correctly, you had to buy an actual remote to be able to do that. Because I don't know of any VCR TV, especially in older technology, that is powered by a Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth connection. So unless that cell phone has infrared light on the top or anything, the remote sensor, I don't think it would fucking work. But I could be wrong. But anyway, because I remember I have universal remotes and I have to input codes in to be able to shut stuff off. I can't just press a button and then, it automatically turns on or it automatically turns off. And yeah, these students are fucking idiots, but they're able to operate these elaborate fucking apps on their phones. Anyway, Ice Cube is so oblivious, he doesn't notice that this student is doing it right in front of him. He's not even subtle about it. And it's Charlie Day's character who finds out why this stuff is going on and points it out. And Ice Cube grabs the phone and throws it across the fucking room. Smashes it against the wall. And that's destruction of property. Yeah, the guy's an asshole, but that's destruction of property. That's against the rules. That's not allowed. And it's just a psycho thing to do. And though that's the only way to get through to the students. It still doesn't mean it's right. And this definitely isn't right what he does next, because then the kid gets another cell phone with the same app from his girlfriend. She goads him to do it. He does it again. Ice Cube flips his fucking shit. He grabs the TV. He throws it on the fucking ground. And then he goes in and gets a fucking fire axe and he swings it at the kid. The kid jumps out of the way, gets out of his seat, and Ice Cube just fucking goes to town and beats the shit out of his fucking desk with a fire axe. Cuts his desk to pieces with a fire axe. And then this film was trying to do this shit later where it's all like Ice Cube is trying to get Charlie Day to stand up for him and teacher code and, oh, you better not tattle on me. And it's just this whole sort of shit. I'm like, what kind of message is this film relaying to people? I'm sick and tired of seeing this tattling equals bad bullshit in films. Really? Are we really that fucking childish? Especially with adults? I mean, in one instance, okay, alright, be a man, stand up for yourself. But this is not little bullying here. This isn't like a little bit here, that whatever. This is a fucking teacher who endangered the life of his students and was absolutely, possibly, more than likely probably going to try to kill this kid with a fucking fire axe. All this teacher code bullshit, all this tattletale, all this snitches get stitches shit needs to be thrown out of the fucking window as soon as the teacher is threatening the lives of the students. He's putting his own life at risk, he's putting the students' life at risk, and he's breaking fucking laws, and it's none of this, oh, he needs discipline. These students need discipline. Yeah, they need discipline, not fucking attempted murder. There's a difference. And so the principal brings them both in. He threatens to fire both of them if they don't. One of them doesn't fess up. And Charlie Day's character, Mr. Campbell's like, hey, I got a kid on the way. I can't afford to lose my job. So he's like, he did it. Ice Cube did it. Strickland did it. And this pisses off Strickland, and Strickland's all like, I'm gonna fight you. And it's like, what? It's like, what? I mean, what? It's like, I'm gonna fight you. 3 o'clock after school, I'm gonna fight you. And everyone's like, what the hell is this shit? It's like, all right. And that's another problem with the script. It's like, oh, they're trying to, oh, he's a pussy, he's a panty waste, he doesn't, but this doesn't work in this instance because Strickland was clearly in the wrong. He was clearly in the wrong. He fucking tried to kill a student with an axe. I mean, am I right? Or am I wrong here? And so then it has this whole thing where it's like, oh, teacher fight, hashtag teacher fight. All the students are talking about the teacher fight. They're all getting ready for the teacher fight. And Charlie Day is trying to do everything he can to get out of it. Weasel his way out of it. He goes to the kid who was operating the phone, and the kid ends up blackmailing him and asks him for a MacBook Pro in order for him to lie to the principal so he can change his story so Strickland can get his job back. He does that, but then now he's on the board of review because now he's under review by the board because he changed his story and he was lying. And so then there's whole drama too, where it's like, oh, is he going to be able to make it to his daughter's talent show in time? And then there's this whole stuff with the meeting, with the board meeting, and then of course the teacher fight and all of that. And the talent show was like a 2-something, but then he has like his meeting he has to go to. It culminates to a head where the students, they commit a prank on him, and where the one you saw in the trailer where they put a rope around his legs and have the horse drag him throughout the halls and get him covered in paint. And then he finally is no more Mr. Nice Guy, starts busting some heads, comes up with an idea that he's going to try to frame Ice Cube's character. He's going to put drugs in his bag and get him arrested. He's trying to get some meth from Jillian, but she doesn't have any. So he goes into the asshole kid from Strickland's classroom, who he already gave a MacBook Pro that he actually had to pay for twice because he met his wife earlier, and he had to give her the first MacBook Pro, and they had to buy another one, and now he's asking for an iPhone, but he actually stands up and says, "Fuck you, bitch, I'm not doing it. Give me the drugs." And he's like, oh, he has this Molly. And of course it goes to where you think it's going to go. All it is fucking aspirin, so it's completely pointless. The dogs don't smell the Molly at first, so then he tries to go thing and grab a joint, trying to frame the joint on Ice Cube, but he gets arrested, so that doesn't work out. And then he tries to send some prisoner guy onto Ice Cube, and then Ice Cube kicks his ass. And then Ice Cube before was like, the fight's off because you're a pussy. I was trying to maybe think we could make a difference and change some things if people saw that things were so bad that the teachers were fighting each other, then maybe they'd change some things in the administration. But you're too much of a fucking pussy. So he's like, the fight is off, but then Charlie Day set up this fight. Talked some shit, lied about that Ice Cube was calling this big guy in the cell a bitch. So then the big guy gets a fight with Ice Cube. The big guy gets ass kicked. They get released from prison. And then you have this just an unbelievably cringe-inducing scene, which happens a little bit after Charlie Day stands up for himself to the superintendent and the principal and tears him a new asshole about making him wait for no reason because they had fired everybody that they could. They've reached their firing quota, so they couldn't fire him anyway, but they didn't tell him that. So they just had him on the hook for this meeting that was pointless and had him wait for no reason. And the actress who is the one that's coming out of the door, the principal's office, and telling Charlie Day to wait. It's like, just wait 1 minute, 60 seconds. It's actually Stephanie Weir from Mad TV. She's like, in a blink and you miss a cameo, and I'm like, she's so much more talented than some of these people in this cast. Like, what a waste of talent. And so he tells him off. He goes to the talent show. He arrives late. He sees his daughter bomb on stage. She was supposed to sing a Rent song, 5,000 something minutes, which I actually sang in musical theater. And she wants to sing a Big Sean song. And so Charlie Day manages to get his wife to go in and convince the person who's playing the music at the talent show to play the Big Sean song. And this is where I laughed, but not at the film because it was funny, but because it was so fucking cringe-inducing. What happens is the kid, because this girl, Charlie Day's character, Mr. Campbell's daughter, she's all upset about this bully who's giving her shit. And so she goes in and starts doing a dance routine to Big Sean's song. And it goes something like this. There's a little girl just goes in and she's all like, I don't fuck with you, you little stupid ass bitch. I don't fuck with you. And I'm just like, what? You have this little girl going, I don't give a fuck. 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 I don't fuck with you. And I'm just like, you little stupid ass bitch. It's just like, what the hell? And the mom's like, oh yeah, that's my girl. You're just like, and this is such cringe. It's cringe. It's pure cringe because you're just like, this isn't funny. This is just weird and awkward. Extremely awkward and cringe-inducing. You're just like, little girl dancing. I don't give a fuck. 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 I don't fuck with you. You're just like, yeah, movie. My sentiments exactly. You little stupid ass bitch. I don't fuck with you. So anyway, yeah. So there's that. And then after that, Charlie Day goes in and gets in the fight. He gets in the fight with Ice Cube. The fight has some alright choreography, some decent camera work, but none of it matters because I don't give a fuck about these characters. I just want them to knock each other out. I don't care who wins. And then it kind of, predictable sort of ending where, looks like Charlie Day won, but then Ice Cube comes in and knocks him out, and then wakes him up, and then gets him to back to the hospital in time so we can watch the birth of his second child. And then, because of the huge publicity that happened with the teacher fight, they get their jobs back. And they're all hard asses now. And I'm like, there's a difference between being a hard ass and an asshole. And just being an ass. These people are just asses. They're not hard asses. They're asses. They're disrespectful to students. They're just being dicks. And that's the lesson? Oh, you stop being a pussy-ass bitch and go out and get in a fight with another teacher. And after that, you need to be an asshole. That's the lesson you learned here. Get in a fight and be an asshole. Be as big of an asshole as the other teacher is. Oh, and if you're a psychopath who tried to murder your students with a fucking fire axe, as long as you meant well and you spread awareness about how messed up the system is, you're fine. Bullshit. Bullshit my fucking dick. Fuck you. To quote the film itself, fist fight is exactly what it says it is. Shit! 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 It's shit! It's fucking garbage. It's bullshit. It's not funny. It's boring. It's an hour and 20-something minutes without the end credits, and it felt like it was 3 hours. Because all these characters suck dick. They're not likable in any way whatsoever. The jokes fall flat on their ass every single fucking time. There's nothing to this film that you haven't seen done better in other movies, like 3 O'Clock High and Big Bully. And it's just, like I said, it's a visual representation of everything that is fucking wrong with the comedy genre today. And I'm actually glad it flopped. And where did the budget go? This is a $25 million film? Where did the $25 million go? Because this does not look like a $25 million production. Thankfully, it bombed. It made $17 million. It wasn't a hit. So we're not going to get any sequels. I'm not going to have to see Ice Cube on my fucking screen again. And a sequel to have another franchise that he doesn't fucking deserve, like Ride Along. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie. Except if I was going to rate it out of 5 stars, is there anything I liked about this film? I mean, Charlie Day, he was there, his performance is alright, he tried, but his character was just a fucking, he was such a pussy and such a fucking squirrely motherfucker that it was hard for me to root for him, let alone like him. Ice Cube was a fucking asshole. I can't think of anything except this. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. And fist fight? You got knocked